prep for final crankshaft bearing install. And good morning. My Jeep update for Sunday, October 5th.
Not doing a whole lot today. As you can see, I'm getting some of my, well, all of them actually, my bottom caps ready to install. Not today, but they're going to be ready. All I have to do is pull them out of there and bolt them in. There's 6 here, and there's number 1 is installed already. But I'm going to be pulling that out and taking a look at it. Okay guys, next clip, and I just pulled the number 1 cap off. I wasn't going to leave it on there anyway. It wasn't even tight, and took it off, and I'm glad I decided to inspect these things, because this has got, how they got on there, I don't know, but there's a scratch. See that? And that's a deep one. There's another one over on this side. I don't know if you can, if the camera is going to, let me turn this around in different lighting. And see, I have no idea how those got in there. Maybe when I was
installing them and rotating crank at times.
It's my Jeep, the next clip. And I've got all my crankshaft bearing caps ready to be installed. Right now I have a standard thrust bearing in the bottom of the inserted in the cap, and I'm not sure, now this is the one that came out of there, and I'm not sure if this is a standard or 0.001. Now all of my rod bearings were, the uppers were standard and the lowers were 0.001. So I got a big question mark on these crankshaft bearings. So I got to make a decision where I'm going to go with the new standard or go with this one on the thrust bearing. Now this is the original that came out of there. It don't have the size. You can see it's got some wear, but I might have to use it. I'm going to, before this gets installed, I'm going to seek some advice on it. New bearings that I'm putting in there. But anyway, I got some decisions to make. That's about all I'm going to do for Sunday. I'm going to take it easy. I've been taking it easy the last 2 or 3 days because we've had a lot of rain. Okay, I've got all my caps ready to be installed on the crankshaft bearing. But before I do that, I'm going to go in to these rod bearings again, take the caps off and re-inspect them to make sure everything looks good in there. I was pretty hasty when I installed those, and I just want to make sure that if I put any scratch, I got plenty of bearings, standard and 0.001s for the rod bearings. So if I find anything that's messed up, I will change them out, especially on the top. And what I'm going to do, see, I already got a couple of them that are the cylinder or the piston's already in the down position, and that's what they say to do when you take those caps off. So I'm going to get these first and check them, and then I'll work on these others. See, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 back there, way back there. As you can see, I believe this is number 4, and I wiped the bearing off. That's the upper. Now I see some marks on it. Why, I don't know. And so that had to be done by the channel, the journal as I rotated this crank around. Now it's real smooth. I mean, get my fingers up there. I don't feel no breaking my fingernails across it. I don't feel any kind of a lip. So I'm not pulling it out. I don't know what caused the marks. So I'm going with it. And that's just the way it is.
I'm now confirming that all my upper bearings are in place, rod and crankshaft.
Anyway, I replaced some of the lower rod bearings because I saw some scratches on them, and I'm not sure how they got there. It may be just that film or whatever they treat them with from the factory, because I noticed some bearings are not shiny like some of the others, and I think they got some kind of coating on them, and I think that's all it was. But I went ahead and replaced them because I got a lot of rod bearings, and so I went ahead and changed those ones out that I wasn't sure of. So I got several replacement rod bearings on the lower. I didn't have to change everything. I opened them up and I turned the crank where I could get up there and look at the upper rod bearings, and they look pretty nice. I didn't see no scratches or lines on them or anything like I did some of the lower ones. So anyway, I feel pretty good about that, and tomorrow I'm going to do some other checks, and then I'm going to start closing these bearings up. I'm going to do some cleaning, wiping down, and I'll put these caps on and then put some more lube oil or assembly oil in there. Out for now.
I'll try to work Friday, weather permitting. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next update. My Jeep out.